All right, welcome back, everyone. 3-hour break, but now we can continue. So, all right. So what we did last stream is basically we are using data structures.jl for a priority queue to get the nodes of the search tree of the constraint solver. So we created this abstract type priority with priority for depth first search, where we have the depth and the bound, defined our isLess function, just to basically use the priority queue. And the last thing that we need to do is basically do the same thing, but also for best first search, because currently we have this test case with first depth first search and then best first search, which fails because we don't have it implemented for best first search. And also we need to convert the two priority queues. So if we start with depth first search and we change to best first search, we need to change the key, or basically we have to build it from scratch again. But I hope that's all right. All right. This should do some pre-compiling stuff. So let's do BFS, which has the bounds. Yeah, it's the same error. And then the depth. And here we check again for bounds. So we use the reverse one. We are looking for depth. Perfect. Now, where do we use this? Here. Okay, so else oh yeah, maybe okay. Yeah, I might want to rethink the depth DBFS as well. So I think we want to check for what the current strategy is, and we changed the strategy. We basically changed the strategy when we found a solution when we are in DBFS. Don't change the option. I think that makes sense. BFS. I don't know. We only have those two. this could also use a docstring. So how is everyone in the chat? What did you do the last 3 hours? It's the backtrack object. Basically always want to do that. Actually, it's just the same thing, right? What? Okay. We will refactor this later, I guess. Okay. Which other two? Okay. That should be this. Now we want to have dbfs. And yeah, I don't want to have the question is just where do we want to change this? So we have, oh, basically, where do I say okay. Solutions. Sometimes I just apparently if okay. Okay, and this gets all traverse strategy. Is okay, and here we want to change traverse strategy. Changed traverse strategy. What we want to do here is strategy is to convert every element in our backtrack queue. So basically, old backtrack priority queue is backtrack priority queue. This is called backtrack priority queue. I'm not sure how important this part is. I think I don't know. We will see later. So for we should basically get I think we have to. We should do it this way. I don't want to check on every. Okay, let's finish this first. So if all traverse strategy is DFS, we want to convert it to BFS. So we have at to priority queue. Basically, we just have to switch them. So priority BFS. I just assume that we always only have DFS and DFS elements, because otherwise we have to convert between them and stuff like that. So we have the bound first, which is priority. Let's see where we fail. Okay, options. Oh yeah. Options. Probably it's just first and second. Field names. Yeah. I don't know why I called it last. Why do what is traverse strategy? Okay. Okay. Maybe. Oh, wheels. You were not there, but this is maybe also a problem. I mean, we are done then, but nevertheless, why do we? Okay, we. We've come into this one. Okay, I don't know whether that worked or not. That's okay. Maybe I banned him, and maybe I haven't. I'll leave the Twitch one open. Okay. So. Oh, the old strategy. Perfect. All right. Let's check whether that works. Always taking a while. Pre-compiling stuff. What else is happening in the world? Passed the first important tests. Why does it take so long? I think it's. Hi there. How is it going? Deep Sleep. Thanks for joining the stream. Not too bad. I hope the test cases run through. That I'm happy. Did you join the stream to just chat, to learn about Julia, to learn about constraint programming, or to relax, or whatever? I don't know. Runs like C. Well, that's the goal, right? Run as fast as C, but as easy as Python. It's okay. The biggest one is that when you code, oh, yeah, we have an error. When you code or develop a package, then you always have to recompile stuff, which always takes long. But you have this. The sound is off. You can't hear me. Looks my OBS is picking up the sound. All right. Okay. I stream it over Discord to OBS. So sometimes I think Discord has a problem. But yeah. All right. So this general tree test stuff is we're building the tree structure of the constraint solver. And in the end, we jump around and see whether everything behaves like we expected it to behave. It's basically if that test pass, everything should be all right. But in this case, it fails because we use in some. Oh, actually, in this case, we only use the. Okay, then I'm not sure why it fails. Oh. Okay. Because we don't. Oh my god, this is such a pain. So what we did before was we look over all the nodes, check whether they are open or not. When they are open, so we still have to do some stuff there. Then we have to basically check whether when we are using DFS, and so we are looking for the highest steps and stuff like that. And later we can set them to be open again or be closed, depending on our general tree test. But at the moment, we delete the one from the priority queue when we use it, and when we close it, and we never reopen them in the general tree test, I think. Let me check how that one works again. This is really a pain. And I'm actually not sure whether I can fix this test in the long run anyway. But it was quite helpful to find some bugs. So I also don't want to remove it. You can't easily compile Julia codes and save it, because you always have to compile the whole Julia ecosystem with it. So I think when you compile the simple Hello World example, you have like a 200 megabytes size executable. So if you need the standalone app, I would probably not use Julia, to be honest. But I never tried to do something like that, so there might be better options than what I'm aware of. But the problem in Julia is that you have this compilation step, where you basically need all the information you get later. So you can't compile it just for ints, because maybe there's a float later on, and then you have to compile stuff on the fly every time. So you need this whole Julia ecosystem, or like the Julia executable behind it, to be able to compile the new codes with the new types and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. Well, you would compile it into one big chunk of compiled code, which would include Julia. The other option is, if you don't need this standalone app, then you mean that it's not open source, basically? Yeah, then you would need to compile stuff, including the Julia environments, which will get huge, as mentioned. And let me check. Probably GTK. Yeah, probably would go with GTK to build the UI or the GUI. So the other ones is for web interface. This is just for plotting, I would say. It's also more JavaScript stuff. But it's not like the stuff that Julia is like used most for. So I think there are not that many packages which you can choose from. It's more for scientific computing, but there's also some other stuff, of course. But scientific computing is the one that's most actively developed. But they are also, like for websites, static site generator, and stuff like that. But maybe, depending on your use case, it might be not the best thing. Hope that makes sense. All right. ConstraintSolver.jl. You're welcome. Okay, maybe it's not actually the error I was expecting. Let me. All right, so the constraint solver basically, let me, is something I am building for over a year now. And have a bunch of blog posts about it if you're interested. And the project is, oh, the link is actually stupid, but okay. Should fix Nightbot. Is this one. And what it's basically about is you have some kind of optimization problem with a set of variables and constraints. So in this case, I want to solve the Sudoku puzzle. I have 81 variables, so each cell is a variable, which is between 1 and 9, an integer. I set the one which I already know, and then I have constraints called all different. So all different means that you have all the variables in one row, for example, have to be different from one another. And it's basically like a little bit similar to stuff like linear programming, mixed integer programming, and stuff like that. But you're not restricted to linear constraints or nonlinear constraints. So, for example, you have this more or less verbose constraint, all different, which you can't easily express mathematically in like a linear fashion or stuff like that. And it only works with integer variables. So for linear programming, you would basically relax it to the variables between 1 and 9, so 1.75, stuff like that would be possible. Or you would probably start with the 0, 1 range and have a different formulation. And then you would try to get the integer values afterwards. And I try to find the integer values directly. This is normally good for satisfiability problems like the Sudoku, and less optimized for problems with an objective function. They are the like the linear problems or mixed integer ones are normally faster if you can express them easily. This is more, you have more expressive power, and sometimes it costs a little bit speed. But yeah, hope that makes is a good first short introduction. So what kind of GUI are you do you want to create, if I may ask? And if you have more questions about the constraint solver, please feel free to ask. So yeah, if you're interested in it, continue watching the stream. But yeah, probably for an introduction, like read the blog posts, I would say. I have like 25 blog posts on that for now. So it will take a while to get through them. Oh, that sounds nice. Okay, I think I kind of understand why I want to have closed sourced. What is dimolar? Commercial modeling and simulation environment. Right. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Are you coding on your screen? I'm actually not coding it. I'm chatting. Welcome back. That sounds interesting. So, is it a lot of like? Do you work a lot with visualization, like visualizing stuff, and you? I don't know. Can you explain a little bit of what suspension development means in like 2 sentences? I know it's always easier for me to explain because you have to type and I can just talk, but that would be neat. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you're also interested in optimization. I see. Yeah, I don't like MATLAB. So I can understand your pain points. Um, yeah. So for if it has to be fast, probably not go with Python. Or like depending on how much you can rely. What happened there with Nightbots? You didn't spam. Well, did you spam because you used so many exclamation marks? So relax. I don't know what kind of problem Nightbot has. So yeah, I think Julia. Um, so like what you might want to do. Okay, like I get that point. Um, I know you love C++, but I still like that you watch my stream. So you can DeepSeek, you can check out the Julia Lang Slack and then just ask in the help desk or general or yeah, probably general or help desk about your like your goal of what you want to achieve. And there are always so many people who know things better than I do. So maybe they have an idea of packages you might want to use, how you can compile stuff like that. All right. You're welcome. Um, that was a good distraction. Because I'm currently a little bit confused on what this might fail. What does it have to do with the others? That's great. Okay, so we are having this error here. So that one has children, so it's not unfeasible. So we should be able to basically do this. All right, see you, DeepSeek. Bye. So we do some stuff here. I can't jump to it. Just, um, oh, by the way, which one do we call? Updates best bounds with this one. Okay. And then we have it shouldn't be if it should. So what are the constraints? Okay. Makes sense, I guess. Okay, so mine too. Oh no, we are actually going to a closed. But do we ever call get next? Because that's the only thing we changed, right? Uh, and we don't. Or maybe we close. Hmm. So what's the difference to what we've done before? That's the big question. I never said active. Okay, that's not it. Hmm. Okay. All right. See you. Currently out of ideas, to be honest. And I would like to get an idea before poking into all the holes that exist. So, so because it has children, it should be possible to prove. Should. Okay. So I will do Let's take this, put it. So we should be able to just call this script and have the same error. We don't have to call the whole test suite. Okay. I think we can do is to have this. Which variables do we have? The X's. And we do this maybe put it into constraint visual. I think that's what I call it. All right. Now let's have some debug fun. First of all, I need my debug tool. From my laptop. Zip. I know you can't see this right now. Okay. Actually, now it should be, yeah, straight visual. It's not really readable, but anyway. Perfect. Data. Sounds good. And here, probably have not installed live server. I have. Not bad. All right. This is my visual debugger. And so if I run this now, I have this difference. Let's just go. There you go. Constraint visual. I need this. All right. Now we are having a big tree. And playing. Oh, yeah. Backtrack. 5. Okay, and this one is 20. Oh, okay. That's how I coded it. Okay. So this one is 25, and when I'm there, I should be able to basically prune this stuff. So set the 8 and prune. Okay. That's that part. Now, before pruning, probably let's put it here, is at show values. All right. It's way too big. How about this? It's still very big, but anyway, 25. So we have 5 to 7 and 9 to 50. For the first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when we have 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 8, and 1, 4. Okay. I currently can't show the constraints here, but the weird thing is also that I've printed it here. Oh, this one is setting it to 2. Oh, okay. I see. This one is setting it to 2. Makes sense. So when I do this, then I will have 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 8, 1, 3. Yeah. That pruning doesn't work. I don't know why. Let's have a look. Okay. So we have variables 1, 2. Oh, by the way, weren't able to see that one. Okay, we have 10 variables, and the sum of the first 5 should be bigger than 10. The sum of the second 5 should be smaller than 15. We disallow somehow that stuff. They are all should be all different. This one. They're so strange. Because one can see that this cannot be fulfilled with all difference. Because I only have possibility 1 and 3 for 3 of them. Which doesn't work out. So why does it even go? So strange. Should already fail. And it seems like in one of the cases it does. And I worked on the all different constraints and a different branch, but I merged that branch already because I assumed it's correct. Maybe my assumption was wrong. I'm not sure whether I would call it an assumption. But so why does it? The question is, why does it fail? Like, why does it seem to work in the testing stage, but it fails in the actual? Maybe because it doesn't get further proofs. How about when it has children? Okay. Which gets further. Further pruning. Okay. Can still get children. Okay. So this is if backtrack object dot ix is 25, then show further pruning is false. Now in the general tree test, somehow get further pruning, which is false. Okay, but should it get because we're closing. Okay, the question is really, why is further pruning? Oh, because the bound was. Maybe this further pruning stuff is actually approach. Maybe I just want to update the bounds, jump to different nodes, and when I don't want to jump back, I can start. So I just don't want to close the node. Okay, let me open my window, getting some fresh air. All right. So I think I want to do this in a different way. Let's save this one. Use priority queue for okay. And we probably want to have in the backtrack object. So backtrack object. Further prunes times backtrack objects false. Okay. Reload that. Nope. Right. And then we want to have then I step into not such a pain because I have like the step number as well. So what happens if I step into it twice? I think, to be honest, like further pruning, just have to think about that more. And I'm actually interested in whether that is useful in general. Let's check that. Using a priority queue for loads removed further. Okay, interesting stuff. Oh, but that is wait. Reload stuff. It shouldn't output anything anymore. But yeah, it's interesting why that arrow pops up. It doesn't have to do anything with DFS BFS thing. At least it shouldn't. It works, it works, it works. Isn't that nice? at least the visual debugger helped again. My favorite tool. No! What? But I solved that thing. Look, I start this here as well. So I don't know what problem Revise might have had. You never know. And if the other one says we've solved it, we should probably have solved it. At least that's the hope that I have. This is always taking too long. But hopefully we don't have the error anymore. And then after that, well, I will not do much more today. When we have solved this one. But the next one, which might be able to tackle or start to tackle, do you have time tomorrow? I don't know. But that would be nice to start with that, because that's one big missing constraint in current constraint solver. Also, having a look at activity-based search again would be nice, but currently it's just slowing things down. But maybe there are some things in it which I want to have in a different branch that I can at least use that part. Because I think there's quite some interesting stuff in the 1,500 lines of code, or like some of them are files with just benchmark sets, I think. But yeah, that would be nice. But the element constraint would be the next big thing. Oh, I think this is where we failed. Oh, this is looking good. No, Pythagorean triples. Oh. This is actually a real problem. It seems like. Okay, so we want to, it seems like we want to delete a key that doesn't even exist. So, okay, let's check this out into our test. I really want to just solve. Just want to push the damn branch to create a pull request. I'll close the window. All right, so let's see that it fails. Default fonts, great. And it's a pretty small test, which is also nice. It doesn't use any objective function, so it should be DFS. Priority queue. Oh yeah, I would like to have some speed comparison as well. But anyway, so we are in this backtrack thing, and we are closing the node. Oh, maybe that's already be the case that it's already closed. Can that happen? Show backtrack. It feels I can like do refactoring again. You can't do enough refactor steps. It's always boring. It's already closed. So that can happen. So if last vector, or like I put here, and the other one was probably I should move this shows thing. Just save. Fair enough. All right, that looks good. Do I have any shows left in benchmark, test? That's okay. Removed for pruning. Guitar. And when we are feature priority queue. Implementation of 194. No, actually it's 194. Plus removing further pruning for the following reasons. And notes that stop pruning rates still create to children even be infeasible. Additionally, pruning has to be done. The length step involves children, which increases running time, which potentially running time. I don't know. Some checks were not successful. Why did the documentation fail? This is not normal. Oh, CD docs. Oh no, add data structures. Oh yeah, by the way, activate. Oh, that's correct. Yeah. Status data structures. Version 0.4.0. No, this one actually. Okay. How old is that version? But version 11 also has it. Why am I on version 18? Wait. Sometimes I just hate that you don't see this by default. Seems to unchanged. Okay. Then data structures. Julie, compound entries. What do I have to do? Oh, this is actually what it is. So 0.11 to 0.18. 0.11. So, okay. 18 is the current one, right? Data structures. Perfect. Okay. Docs project Tom. Okay. And all right. And the last thing we want to do is run benchmark tests. And this is called priority queue. Target range is feature priority queue. So what this does is it runs some benchmark tests, which like takes 15 to 20 minutes. And produces. Why do I still have it? No. I'll get back to that in a second. But it produces these kinds of issue comments where you can see slows down by 30 times. Got them updated. And still 30 times. So in this case, I up 100 times. So huge. I haven't merged that PR based on that. Invalid version specifier. Huh. Do I have to have this? No. That was not good. Oh, I always forget this. But maybe it's also not terrible. But let's check. So when you run this benchmark test, it changes between the two versions and checks out some weird or like changes out of the branch. Fix for data structures, and I have no idea who I've just committed it to. Probably doesn't matter. Fix this data structures or whatever it's called. All right. I can hopefully run this. Anyway, hope this works now. And yeah, I don't think it's worth waiting for 20 minutes on the stream now to check the benchmark results. But if I continue to do some stuff with that, I will probably start streaming again. But probably I will do that tomorrow. What, is it still the same error? But he's still wrong. But here it's correct. So why does this? Actually, the newest version. Oh, make sure that you have a space. Yeah. I have a space. Okay, I have no idea why this is failing. But it also looks like in here it doesn't have the space, but I don't know why. But I can't change it as I want to run benchmark tests. So I will solve that later as well, and I will have a walk now. All right, thanks everybody for joining the second stream of today. Hopefully I can do some more constraint solver work next couple of days. But yeah, probably only this week, as I will not have the computer I use for streaming with me afterwards. So check out my blog, opensource.jl, if you want to learn more about the constraint solver. And there I will continue to write blog posts when I figured some stuff out. For example, for the element constraints, definitely. I'll also maybe do one for strongly connected components, which I merged today, which I didn't stream about. And yeah, special thanks to all the Patreon subscribers, and special thanks to those who pay more than $4, which you can see here in this matrix visualization I did with Javas.jl, another package of mine. And yeah, if you want to support me, you can support me with as little as $1 per month, and you get all the blog posts as early as they are available for anyone besides myself. So basically, when I've finished writing and proofreading, I publish that on Patreon, and 2 days later, I will publish them for the public. Publish them for the public. Nice words. Anyway, I talked enough. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever you are, and see you guys in the next one.